Tonight, from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Taken down.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have its hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
On third down, Robinson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Coleman has it here right side. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
To number 80.
Well, look at the numbers for Coleman in last week's game. He was the focal point. Big game, up over 200 yards and a score.
And one thing I do know, when you put up numbers like that, the next team you're going to...
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Herb Smith Jr. hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Jacobs, the ball carrier.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. He was, without a doubt, one of the catalysts in that victory.
And he can really be the glue that makes this offense go, because when defenders have to commit to stopping him, that just opens up more opportunities in the passing game.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well. Trying to get it to Rose, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Take over first
quarter. and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A 6-yard.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr. with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Jacobs. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Jacobs, the ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That's taken on the 25. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you. When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
This one good for a 1st down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
The pass.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way.
And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr. doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Raiders.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking,
and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score already down 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he is finally out of bounds across midfield at the 40-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Here's a first down throw that's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. It's 6 yards. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
21. Raiders 7.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That's good for 28 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to
the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. K.J. Hamler, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's polished off by a Viking score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
And this certainly confirms all the chatter, just how big of a final weekend this is. For the moment, the 6th seed is theirs, but it'll take a victory to officially lock that down.
And we have to keep reminding ourselves at number 6.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
The quarterback taken down and sacked.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 16 yards, a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
Jacobs, the ball carrier.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the gun on 3rd down, Robinson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. Jacobs now. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The tackle made.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
1st and 10.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
1 yard.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Robinson. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Trying to run forward with Jacobs. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And now some concern here, as that is Jacobs, who is still down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. They'll run on 1st down. Anthony. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Well, the Second down throw on target. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down. From the gun, Robinson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason.
The pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
And sacked.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Back at the 23-yard line.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. That drive just seemed to go for an eternity. I could kind of hear our sponsor saying, hey, we need to get our product pushed here. But then it ends in a field goal.
Yeah, how about that? Not enough time for product placement, but plenty of time to get 3 points out of the deal. I know that the guys on defense, though, they wanted to get those products out there. They wanted to stop that drive, just were unable to do so.
And out now come the Vikings. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Looking to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Intercepted.
That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Operating from the gun, Robinson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, Robinson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Robinson. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to add. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Now a play fake here on first down. A scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A gain of 20.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Here's Robinson on 1st and 10. Reception here by Ruggs. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs, his second touchdown of the night. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Their own 22-yard line.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now this one complete on the slant route. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Our throw left side to start out. That's complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
That's good. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Running is Jacobs. And this lines up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Jacobs, the ball carrier.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Now a carry for Jacobs. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun. Robinson. The kicker here, it's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26. Give them 12 yards that time and a Las Vegas first. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he will find his man on the in route, complete. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They run it with Jacobs. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
That's good for a Las Vegas. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders get a score closer. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore.
Vikings.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Left side, caught by Matthews. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Now 2nd and 6 at their 48-yard line.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. He's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 27 yards there, a first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it.
And the Vikings are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Irv Smith Jr. there to make the grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And the lead is up to 15 now. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
27.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need...
And got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Off-play action. Robinson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
39-yard line.
Robinson to throw on 2nd down.
Got an open man. It's Ruggs.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. His huge night, it just continues as he's now north of 200 yards receiving. Robinson now throwing on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Every everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Now Robinson back to the air on second down. Throw left side complete. It's Jacobs. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The Raiders on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
But this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big...
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 42, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. To throw is Robinson. From the gun, he'll throw. Now he's flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
21-yard line.
From the gun, Robinson. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Robinson's pass.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the Vikings 17-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Robinson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
5-yard line.
Here's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservative.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Here's Robinson on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Number 82.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Robinson on 1st and 10. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Got the hook up to Ruggs.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Robinson now. On 3rd and 2. This is caught.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now from the 7. Here's 2nd and goal.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game. And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
Keeps the score.
And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. The Vikings send out their punter as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
So now London down by 2, 30 seconds to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. Back to throw.
They'll get this underneath to Jacobs.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 37.
22-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And 2-yard line. But first they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
That burst good for 20 and a first down. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners.
Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you can go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get them in the end zone. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Looking outside, and he's got a man. It's Hoover. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Final score, Raiders
going into the